How's it
Hey,
going?
Carlos. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How's everybody doing in here?
Doing
Great.
great.
Keith, haven't seen you in a long time, my friend.
I know, man. I'll be there. Trust me.
What's that? What's happening with you? I see you're at home. That's good.
No, I'm actually at my daughter's apartment, and I've got a baby puppy below me and her dog over there because my wife and daughter had to go to the doctor today. My daughter has back issues, so
Okay.
they're at the back doctor today.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we look very much forward to having you guys come over to our office very soon. We're super
Yes.
proud of our
We
new
can't
place.
wait.
It's not even funny, huh?
We can't wait.
Oh my God. And let me tell you, this place gets better by the minute because we did move in while there were still some stuff missing because, we just needed to move in, right? But
Yeah.
hopefully we're going to have the macaws and the parrots here sometime later this month. I'm telling you, this place is on fire.
Very cool. I remember talking about it when we were there last, but it's
know.
exciting that you're in. Yeah.
Remember? Let me see if I can show you this. Hold on. First of all, let
The
me.
dream come true, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's a dream come true.
Dream
Yep.
come true. See if you can see this. Can you?
Oh, wow.
Can you
Yeah.
guys see it?
Yes. Beautiful.
That's the aviary.
Yeah. Love it.
So look at that thing.
Very
Oh my
nice.
God.
Wow.
It's
Beautiful.
a huge aviary, and we're gonna have David already has this macaws at home, and so he's gonna bring them over here. And we're gonna get
Oh
some.
my God. Beautiful.
Ken Connolly over here. Can you hear me okay?
Hey, how you doing, Kenneth? How's it going?
Yep. Fine.
Welcome,
Just everything
welcome. Thank you for joining us.
I guess everything's supposed to start at high noon, is it?
Everything's supposed to start in about 8 minutes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
early.
Yes.
I
and-
like that Kenneth is in the kitchen. He's going to be cooking something for us today, right, Kenneth?
Oh, I'm cooking up all kinds of things here.
Love it.
And what we're gonna do, just so everybody knows, so obviously Michelle, Moki, Bo, and Keith from Celebrity are joining us today, and we're very excited about that opportunity. And Denise, our marketing manager, is here. We're going to have several of the Luxury Cruise Connections advisors join the meeting as well. There's usually lots of questions that happen, and what we like to do is we like to have our team available to you for questions. Many of them will kind of introduce themselves to you directly via the chat, but the most important part is that they're going to be available to kind of answer one-off questions, and of course, major important questions. Hopefully, we'll get them on the general chat so that we can state them and ask our celebrity guys at the end. What we're going to do is we're going to allow for a few more minutes while everybody starts chiming in. We've done several of these events in the past, and what we have found is people usually end up joining anywhere between the hour and 3 minutes after. So we will probably just allow by 3:03 Eastern, okay, which is in 9 minutes, we will basically officially get started with our conversation. What we're going to see today is a short introduction of our friends at Celebrity, and we're going to then allow Keith to enlighten us with some updates and information. We've asked Keith to give us some exciting updates about Celebrity, about their newest class of ships, a little bit on Galapagos, which is a very exciting destination, and then toward about 35 minutes past the hour, we'll open up. Maximum 40 minutes past the hour, hopefully 35 minutes past the hour, we'll open up for our Q&A session. So what I will encourage everybody to do is, as we, as Keith, Michelle, Bo share what they have to share with us at the beginning of the presentation, feel free to start typing your questions in the chat box. And then toward the end, we're gonna, between Denise and I, will moderate those questions. And we'll open up mics at the end for some further questions. Keith, let me ask you something in terms of time. How tight are we?
No, I just have to be, I probably have to jump off around 55 after the hour, but the ladies are actually better at the questions than I am. So I'm sure we'll be pretty deep into it. And if I jump off then, they'll stay on for 5-10 minutes, whatever else. So we should be fine, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And JC, is your mic on?
Yeah, well, just Ken here, just you're wondering how tight we are. I mean, the sun isn't over the yard arm yet.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said the sun is not over the yard arm yet. How can we be tight?
No. I just wanted to make sure. Usually our Q&A sessions usually tend to extend themselves past the 1 hour time frame. So I just want to make sure that I'm very respectful of Keith's time. Make sure that we get all the questions, all the important questions that we want to ask Keith before he has to go, and then we can stay. We have a good hour, so which is
Good heavens.
just that, in my previous experience, we've had some Q&A sessions that just extend way past the hour. So I just want to make sure we're very conscious of that. We have more than enough time to make sure we get everything in. And JC over here, JC Quintana here at Luxury Cruise Connections is telling me that there's several of his clients in this Zoom call right now.
Are we going to
Hey,
be
JC.
seeing all these little wee pictures? Or are we going to see something in a larger screen here?
Yeah, you can certainly, depends on how you have the viewing set up. What's going to happen is within the next few minutes, Keith is just going to share his screen. So don't worry so much about the pictures and images. But what we're going to do is know that anybody that has the Dash Luxury Cruise Connections right next to their name, that's a Luxury Cruise Connections representative. And then anybody that has the Dash Celebrity is a celebrity representative. So we have Bo Franz, we have Michelle Hamoki, and we have Keith Lane. You guys, just let me just give you guys an idea. Bo and I think I speak more to Bo than I probably speak to my mother, which is wrong. It's wrong. And okay,
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
But good. It's nice to see that we have already 42 participants joining us today. It's going to be a very active and very engaged session, which I'm super excited about. So I want to, while everybody else starts chiming in, I want to welcome everybody. Know that we are going to purposely mute everybody as they come in so that we can allow for a more organized presentation. And then as we open up for active mic Q&A session, then we'll unmute people as you raise your hand, either virtually or and then in the meantime, you feel free to start typing all your questions in the chat box. Okay.
And Carlos, just so you know too, we have Maria Kronk and Jessica Suchman on. They're our amazing training department, and they're here to help us with the presentation, but they are super fantastic. And I know they talk to a lot of the travel partners and consumers along the way as well. So I wanted to let you know they're on. And I also wanted to state that I have worked with you guys since your inception, and it is amazing from A to Z how you've grown. And we were saying before, I remember the very first time that you talked about having this new office and just all the pictures and the renditions. And it's such a pleasure in this industry to see an agency like this go from where you were. And like you said, the relationship that we have is so special, and we sincerely appreciate it and allowing us to have this time today. So I have to always give you kudos, and Denise, you're so wonderful to work with, and all the agents that we work with on a daily basis. So thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. And so we're right, it's 3 p.m. on the dot Eastern. So I'm going to start with some initial introductions. As I was saying before, we're going to allow for at least 3 more minutes for the remainder participants to join in. I want to just share this with everybody. I'm a little nervous because we already have 55 participants, and usually, I mean, I'm going to say this is probably going to be the most active Zoom call we have had in the past. So I'm super excited.
Yay!
Yeah,
It's all about celebrity, baby. It's all about celebrity.
59 by now. Great. I think at this pace, we're probably going to be over 65, and which is amazing. Honestly, you know, we've that says a lot about how much our clients love celebrity and
Thank you.
our partnership.
Yes, thank you.
Within this Zoom call, we're going to have, there's many people in the Zoom call that are our current clients. We have some people in the Zoom call that are probably have been in our database for a long time, but never had an opportunity to actually, you know, connect with one of our advisors. So we very much look forward to the opportunity of connecting with all of you later. As I said, okay, so here we go. So first of all, I want to make sure that you guys know what we're doing here. So throughout our presentation today, we're going to see a few of these very short, quick polls come up in the screen so that we can engage with you, understand a little bit more who you are and kind of what's in your mind. So as you see these polls coming in, please feel free to just answer. And we're going to kind of get started. We're, 69 people already. This is amazing. Thank you very much for everybody joining. So officially welcome to our Celebrity Cruises Q&A Zoom call session with Keith Lane, Bo, and Michelle. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to quickly introduce the Luxury Cruise Connections team, and then I'm going to turn it over to Keith and Bo and Michelle so that they introduce themselves and share with you guys who they are and explain a little bit about our relationship. So again, welcome to this Zoom call, and thank you very much for joining us. My name is Carlos Edry, and I am the CEO at Luxury Cruise Connections. As anybody that you see in this Zoom call with a dash Luxury Cruise Connections next to their name, it means that they are a Luxury Cruise Connections representative. And when you see somebody with a dash Celebrity Cruises next to their name, is a Celebrity Cruise representative. And so within our call today, we have Denise, our marketing manager. We have Jazz Santana. We have George. We have Steve Golko. We have JC. We have Melanie. We have Derek. We have Laura. We have Tom DeRiches. We have Roger. We have quite a few of our guys over here, which is very, very exciting. And for those that are current Luxury Cruise Connections clients, thank you very much for being with us today. It is a great pleasure to see you. This allows for an incredible opportunity for us to connect with you at a different level and really kind of share a little bit about what's going on both at Celebrity Cruises and Luxury Cruise Connections. And now I'm going to turn it over to Keith for you to maybe introduce yourself and the Celebrity team. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, everybody, for having us. This is a tremendous honor. I'll let the ladies introduce themselves first, and then I'll go last, because then I'll go right into the presentation, because I am surrounded by some of the most phenomenal ladies in the industry. So, Bo, I'll let you go, then Michelle, then Maria, and Jessica, and then I'll go.
Sounds good. And just before we do that, real quick about our schedule for today, for those that just attended. We are getting started officially with our presentation. We're going to, once we're done with introductions, Keith is going to go into a very quick and short presentation to give us some updates about Celebrity, their newest ships in their fleet, some updates about Galapagos and some other stuff that we all want to know about. And then we will then within the next 30 minutes at the most, hopefully we will jump straight into a Q&A session. Please type in your questions in the chat box, and then we will add some extra time at the end to open up mics and ask some live questions as well. Okay, so go ahead, Bo, go ahead.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much, y'all, for being here with us today. We really are appreciative to your time and allowing us to spend quality time with you. I am the lucky one to be working with such a great company, Luxury Cruise Connections. They have been a great partners of ours. and they will, we will continue to have an incredible future as they expand with us together. So I just want to say thank you all for being here. I am the sales manager. I work directly with them on a daily basis. So I'm their to-go person, and we have an incredible relationship. Thank you again.
Hi, Michelle Hamilton, the Director of Market Sales. And, you know, as I was stating before, it's such an honor and a pleasure to work with Luxury Cruise Connection from a long time ago. I've been with the company almost 30 years, so it's been an amazing opportunity to build that relationship. And just the relationship we have means so much. And I really appreciate everyone's time. I know it's crazy out there, and we sincerely appreciate you coming together today to learn more about Celebrity. Miss Maria.
Hi, everybody. Maria Kronk here. I have to echo Bo and Mitch. I've had the pleasure of working for Celebrity Cruises for 30 plus years now, and I couldn't work for a better brand, and especially working with Mitch, Bo, and Keith. It's just a very, very exciting opportunity to be here with all of you today to share the latest news on Celebrity. So thank you for including me.
Excellent. Jennifer, right?
Hello, everyone.
Jessica.
My name is Jessica. I can't say much else that hasn't been said, so I'm incredibly honored to be here to help and support our partners and our team.
Thank you.
Yep, and I'm Keith Lane, and as I said, I'm surrounded by the experts, really. They are Celebrity to all of you and to me, quite frankly, but I get the pleasure of sharing with you a little bit of updates on what's going on. I do want to, before I jump into this, thank all of you at Luxury Cruise Connections. You know, between Carlos, David, and the team, we just have such a long relationship, and we value the partnership so much. And for those folks that have sailed with us before, we sincerely appreciate that as well. I've been with the company, I think I'm in my 17th year or something like that. And I have been in my role for a very long time and had the pleasure of working with all the ladies that just introduced themselves for as long as I've been in this role, which is, I think, over 14 years in this role. I have the Americas, so that's Canada, US, and then basically all of South America, et cetera, in that area. So a lot of the revenue for the organization, you know, comes through our team. So it's great. I also have training and a bunch of other things that I love and enjoy doing. So with that, I want to make sure I get through this so that we can answer some questions for you at the end. But, you know, the other thing I want to say is I hope everybody's healthy and safe right now, because we're taking this very, very seriously. We are also taking our time before we announce our back in the water dates. And we're doing that because when we announce, it will be the safest experience on our cruise line anywhere. And we're making sure we're working with the CDC as well as our Blue Ribbon panel. I'll talk more about that. But that's the reason for the pause. We came out today and extended through Halloween. The CDC didn't ask us to do that. We did that in conjunction with CLIA and some of the other cruise lines, because again, we are taking this very seriously. So I'm gonna go through who we are, the innovative fleet. There's so many exciting things, and we're doing pre-COVID and we'll do post-COVID. The retreat, which is really what we wanna share with you today, because I don't feel like we've done a great job talking about the retreat and that area on all of our ships. Except for Galapagos, which is a whole different luxury product. World-class dining experiences, as well as bucket list destinations within our fleet. And then the most important right now is healthy return to sail or service updates. So we'll go to the next slide. So I love telling this story because it's such a great story. You know, you go back to Chandris, and the X and the whole story there, and why, because in Greek, the X is sea. And, that's kind of that. Everybody asks us what the X is, but that's really the foundation. And we love the X as our logo because it's an easy logo to remember and to see. And we continue to build kind of the legacy of our story. But, 14 ships, I can't believe it. I remember, a lot of us on this call on our team remember we were just a very small little sister to Royal Caribbean, and now we're actually a big little sister, and we're very, very proud of that. And we're really kind of touching into this modern luxury, new luxury experience as we get into the 2020 and beyond. We also love the retreat that we've created within all of our kind of our core fleet. as well as aqua class, concierge class, our verandas, our ocean view, and even our inside. If that's how somebody wants to sail. We don't have a lot of those. We certainly don't talk about those a lot, but it's a great inside experience if that's what you want. But we prefer to talk about the retreat. And again, over 30 years we've been around, so we're very excited about that. And, our focus is really on what travelers want most, whether it's destination, delivery, design. These are really our pillars. World-class accommodations, our culinary experience, and our holistic wellness. And I'll go more into that throughout, but I kind of want to share. And really our mantra at Celebrity is we exist because we believe in opening up the world. We're very excited about that because we touch all continents of the world, and we have folks that sail with us and sell with all of you or through all of you that want to go to all 7 continents and have these great once in a lifetime experiences. They want great food, but they want to make sure they stay healthy and keep that mental health strong. But then they want phenomenal accommodations and design, which is what we offer. So we love our brand pillars, and everything we do goes through that. And you really look at Edge and Apex. When I think about retreat and I think about luxury within what would be a larger ship, but actually on our Edge and Apex, we could have put almost 300 more staterooms on these fleets and vessels, and we did not. We wanted to have that space to person ratio. It's almost like our ships were made pre-COVID, but they're actually going to benefit us post-COVID because of that space to person ratio. You have a lot of nooks and crannies and places to breathe, but the retreat within Edge and Apex is really, really an exclusive area. And then you can go out into a new luxury ship as well. And so really what we love to share and what we love to talk about, and honestly, our team, this is all we're talking about right now, is luxury within the retreat experience. So I want to take you through that because I think it's really important when you think of Celebrity and you think of luxury. And yes, I said luxury. We're talking about our retreat, which is all of our suites, all inclusive, all included throughout Celebrity. Every category, every ship, we have a sun deck, restaurant. We've got, you included anytime you book in retreat class, you get the premium beverage package, you get the high-speed internet, gratuities on board, and we're continuing to develop that and look at that as we're in this little bit of a pause. So more exciting stuff is even going to come out soon on retreat because we want to continue to make that kind of a luxury, all-inclusive, if you will, experience. And so I just kind of want to share with you because I think sometimes it gets lost and you can look at, kind of the differences here. But what I love is you get a private veranda, you get a personal butler within the retreat, you get onboard gratuities that are included, multiple dining venues and Lumine, which is your exclusive dining experience, 24-hour suite dining, premium wines and spirits, etc., non-alcoholic beverages. And then priority at shows. And there's also embark, debark priorities. So there's just so many different things, including the retreat lounge, etc., and the Wi-Fi. We just want to remind everybody because honestly, the challenge for us as a sales team for Celebrity is we don't feel like we've done a good job of screaming from the mountaintops that we have retreat, and we're going to get better at that. And that's why we wanted to share that with all of you today. And so we also, that can be included is private journeys. There's a lot of luxury travelers, as all of you well know, that don't want to go on the big bus tours. They want exclusivity. They want a private experience on shore excursions. And we have that through private journeys. We also have smaller group discoveries that are really culinary focused and just once in a lifetime tours where you can go, let's say you're in Italy, you can go to a family's home and experience how they eat as a local and how they dine and just have a phenomenal local once in a lifetime experience. And we just want to remind you that we do offer that. And again, we want to get better as a team in talking about that. So we can make a seamless kind of vacation that's that luxurious experience. And so as Carlos said earlier, when we talk about celebrity and being luxury, we're talking about retreat. We're not saying it's the whole ship. We're saying retreat and the retreat experience. But also we're talking about Galapagos, which is our all-inclusive product, whether it's Flora or Expedition, and we have a smaller ship, which is even more all-inclusive. But we really want to say this is luxury. And this yacht, this beautiful, luxurious yacht that we have in Flora is absolute luxury. It's 100 passengers. It's an all-suite, all-included vessel, brand new. We just rolled it out last year. And then we have that intimate experience on Expedition, where that ship was actually built for 100 passengers, but we only have 48. So imagine that space to person ratio. Really, we didn't plan it, but it's going to bode well for us in this post-COVID world as we continue to battle this vicious virus. And then Exclusive, which is our 16 passenger on Exploration, where families can just charter Exploration and have this once in a lifetime exclusive experience in the Galapagos. And I have to tell you, it is once in a lifetime. Michelle Homoki and I were there with some other folks a year or two ago, and we just had a phenomenal experience there. But let's talk more about Flora and the uniqueness of Flora, because remember, it's all suites. We have an expert programmer, Ellen Prager. I know Ellen Prager well. She geeks out over the Galapagos in a great way. And, you can even see our yacht tenders. We have luxurious yacht tenders that come right to the aft of the ship. And then you go on, you take your wetsuits off. Everything has a place, and it's so luxurious and unique. But the other thing that we're very passionate about is social and eco responsibility in the Galapagos. And that's why, because every year in the Galapagos, each cruise line that's there, and there aren't many, have to be grandfathered in each and every year based upon how serious they take the local ecosystem and the social responsibility that we have there. And I've said it a couple times, and I'm doing it for a reason. This is an all-suite ship. So think of retreat on our core fleet. That is all Flora is all suites, or all retreat, if you will. Local materials. The ship was really built with local materials, so we're very proud of that. And obviously in the Galapagos, if you don't know, all the food is sourced from the Galapagos that we serve on board. And it's some of the freshest fish and seafood you could ever imagine. It's just fantastic. We love our godmother, and she takes, when we talk about local materials, she takes all that very seriously and keeps us kind of on track to make sure that we're doing that. And she's really just been a great advocate for us and our brand in the Galapagos. Michelin starred menus. So, Cornelius, who we'll probably talk about later, but he's our Michelin star chef. So we have Michelin starred menus with Galapagos sourced food, which is a lot of great seafood. You can also, get meat and have other great dining experiences there, but a lot of great locally sourced. And then glamping. We actually have glamping on the top deck of Flora, and it's a beautiful, wonderful experience that you can do a couple times during the sailing. You just have to set that up. So a wonderful, wonderful luxury experience. And then the thing that we like to talk about as well when you talk about our brand, because over the last several years, we've really redefined ourselves, and really we've had this revolution, if you will, within our brand. And we're so proud of it because our values and our pillars have kind of guided that. We do education for all, which is Malala, who is the godmother of EDGE, and we're very proud of that. We've broken such great gender barriers where we have more female-led staffs on board, as well as in our organization. As you can see, I'm the only male from our organization here today on this call. So we're obviously very pro-female. But you know what? We're pro-competent people. And we're lucky enough to have such very competent and successful and talented ladies that they deserve the roles and the promotions that they get within the organization. And Captain Kate is just a great example of that, along with all the ladies from my team on the call today. And we really sincerely embrace diversity and inclusion. We've always embraced diversity and inclusion. That's kind of a hot topic now in the world, but we've always lived by those values, and we're very proud of that, and we're going to continue to live by those values. And then sustaining the environment is very important to us. Opening the world, as I talked about earlier, and so much more. I could spend more time than I need to on this, but I'm really very proud of this, and I wanted to share it with all of you. And so Healthy Sail, kind of panel. This is a big deal. And I know it's probably on all of your minds. Trust me, it's on my mind every day and our team's minds. But, we have a great team that we put together with the NCL group, which is a lot of different cruise lines along with the Royal Caribbean group. And they're top medical and scientific experts, and they are helping us guide our strategy. See, what we're in the process of doing right now with this panel is putting together our proposal. A lot of other travel companies have already said, hey, here's our new health and safety standards. That's not good enough for us. We are going to be, outside of a hospital, the healthiest place you can go. That's our goal. And it's a serious goal. And we've always been a healthy place to be. We've always had expectations of our cruise line that's greater than any hotel you go to or any casino. But we've now gone 10, 15 steps above that. So our love of travel is what keeps us looking forward. Our health and safety panel, we have 11 expert doctors, scientists, and health specialists, and they're sincerely, they understand how the CDC works. They understand what the CDC is looking for, and they are helping us review and develop the most comprehensive plan that anybody will offer. So while it may be frustrating to myself and maybe to some of you on why we're taking so long, it's honestly, we'd rather take longer and do it right and make sure we don't have one case on board when we start sailing again. And those are the measures we're putting in place right now. And so experience new luxury. New luxury is what we're saying now. We're kind of evolving. We've been saying modern luxury for a while. Modern, can be something where we wanted it to be timeless, but we think new luxury better fits what we've been doing and what we're going to do moving forward. So we really are excited to share with you new luxury versus modern. But again, you're splitting hairs there. They're both fantastic, but we kind of like the front windshield being new luxury. And so, Bo, are you going through this one or is it me?
We're going to hold off on this, right?
Okay, let's go to the next slide then. Okay, that's what I thought. So that's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. So Carlos, sorry, I've seen so many of these different decks, but what I also want to say, and I know it will come up maybe in questions, but I wanted to elaborate on the healthy return to service just real quick. I was on a call this morning. I've been on a lot of Zoom calls and WebEx calls. Tired of looking at myself, honestly. But it's interesting because we are taking our time so much, but our crew, as many of you know, because you probably read the papers and follow the cruise industry if you're, into cruising like all of us are, our crew, we are following such enhanced protocols right now on our ships. So we're very proud. I think the thing we have to remind people, and I guess what my point is that unlike other companies, our employees don't go home. See, they're always there. And when you think about putting your people first and taking care of the health and safety of your crew, imagine what you're going to do for your guests, right? Because that's our family as well as the guests. And so we have the onus on us to make sure that once they get on the ship for their 3 months or 6 months, they're healthy, they stay healthy. And then when our guests come on, the same thing happens for them. So we take it very serious. And my only point there is, as we speak right now, we have crew on every one of our ships, keeping the engines going, making sure that we're ready to welcome all of you back when we go back in the water. But those same enhanced health and safety measures are on every one of our ships as we speak right now. All of our crew right now, they are social distancing. They are wearing masks, because I know one of the questions is probably, Keith, when guests go back on the ship, will they have to wear masks? We do not know the answer to that right now, because as we take our time, a vaccine could come out. It could be found by the CDC that you may or may not have to wear a mask. It may be, things have changed. It's very fluid. But as we speak right now, our crew are wearing masks. They are not doing gatherings of more than, I think it's 6 people. And we're not having meetings or anything like that. We're making sure we social distance, and all the new health and safety protocols, we're already like 90% enacted by our crew right now. And when we introduce them, you know, they'll go to 100%, and we'll obviously introduce that to the world. So I'll stop there because I don't want to take too much time, but hopefully Carlos, that was okay on time.
No, that was incredible. In fact, thank you very, very much.
Hello. Are we supposed to see something else on the screen except for Jessica Suchman's screen?
So yeah, so let's do this. Can you please, Keith, can you please unshare your screen for now?
Yep, Jessica can do that. Absolutely.
Are we supposed to be seeing some videos or?
There we go. Now you should be seeing everybody's faces.
No.
Okay. So
no videos, just us.
No video right now. Just everybody's faces at this point. And so what we're gonna do. First of all, Keith, thank you very, very much for that, and thank you very much for you know, it's, you know, keeping it very condensed and very to the point. Because I do want to bring something up. You know, Sheila Brown just typed in the chat box a few minutes ago. Great to see your values, right? And the reason why I want to, you know, bring that up, and also thank you for that, is because, you know, there's a lot of questions that come up, right? There's a lot of questions that we all have about what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen with celebrity, what's going to happen when we get back to the ships, and there's a lot of answers to which either we don't have the answer for right now, or a lot of questions to which we don't have the answer for, or a lot of questions to which we cannot necessarily disclose the answer for right now, right? And what's going to, so what keeps us all at ease right now is that we have basically a good understanding of what the core values of celebrity are, so that when we get back on the waters, we know that we might not know exactly what celebrity is going to do about something particularly, but we know that they're going to do the right thing because of how strongly they believe in their core values. And that is extremely, extremely important, right? So, you know, so something that might have not been spelled out in the core values that you put up on that screen, Keith, but that's something that I can attest for because I've been doing business with celebrity for so many years, is celebrity will always, every single time, will always do the right thing for the client. And you know, when I get the question, like, why do we sell so much celebrity, right? I think the answer has to do with, okay, so maybe celebrity might not be the cruise line with the least, you know, with least amount of passengers. It's not necessarily a small ship cruise line aside from the Galapagos product. Might not be, you know, the most all-inclusive and opulent cruise line out there. But the fact that they take such great care of our guests, and the fact that I know that every time I put a guest on Celebrity Cruises, the expectations are met or exceeded, and you know that they're going to come back, and the product is consistent, the experience is consistent. You know, it gives us a level of certainty about putting clients on board those ships because we know what to expect. We know that they're going to have a great time, and we know that, look, we cannot control every single aspect of everything that happens, but we know that no matter what, celebrity will make it right. Look, Bo, Michelle, and I, we've worked on some of the craziest scenarios, right?
Yes.
You know, stuff that you can't even imagine where, you know, if it wasn't because of the relationship that we have in place, and if it wasn't because of such strong core values that celebrity has, right? You know, we wouldn't have probably gotten to the resolutions that we did in those cases. So
yeah, and Carlos, to your point, you know, that's why I'm so proud of working for Celebrity, because during this pandemic, everything that Keith was talking about, I am so proud and honored the way our company has handled this. It makes me feel amazing as an employee. I know the crew feels that way, and that says a lot, because I think there's a lot of companies out there right now who don't put people first and their customers first. And honestly, I could say that after 30 years, I am so proud to stand up here and say I work for Celebrity, and even though we're going through a time that's not fun, I am still proud and we're doing the right thing for our guests. And that makes me feel, I could sleep at night, right? That makes me feel great.
Absolutely.
I have to echo Michelle. We all do feel the same way, honestly, working for this brand and continuing to love what we do because of who we work for, to be honest. So again, I'm really proud to be part of this company as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So a little bit about our relationship before we jump straight into all these questions, because I myself have a few ones that I want to ask. And then we have a few other questions coming to the chat box. So please, as you think of questions, please write them in the chat box so that we can go through them, and then we will open up the mics for everybody to ask some further questions. But you know, for those that have done business with us in the past, know what Luxury Cruise Connections stand for. We're one of the most I think as customer-centric as you can possibly be as a company. We believe on delivering happiness, and we believe on making, you know, our everybody's vacation and travel planning seamless as possible. We are, thank you, David. David just sent us a quick internal message saying the best. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're extremely proud and happy of having all of you guys as clients, and we just look forward to continue to deliver the most upscale level of customer service. We're like a family. All of you guys are like a family, and the relationship that we have with celebrities is strong for various reasons. One, because we've been doing business for many years. Number two, we do a lot of business with celebrity. I believe we're one of their major accounts here in South Florida. But three, I think our core values are very much aligned, right? And I think that's what kind of allows for this chemistry to exist. And because of our relationship, and because of our relationship through Virtuoso, which is the largest luxury consortia, we will always have not only great service to provide, but great unpublished rates and unpublished amenities that are only really available through Luxury Cruise Connections. And I'll let you guys talk about that just a little bit. A lot of times we get the question, why would anybody book, with a travel agency as opposed to directly with the cruise line? Can any of you guys explain that to our crowd here?
I can take.
Go ahead, ladies. I'll go after you.
I certainly can take that too, but Michelle, you can jump in if I need to add any more. But honestly, we have such a great relationship, number one, for many reasons. But on the business side of it, they are Virtuoso account, and with Virtuoso, we offer additional amenities that nobody gets out there. They also have special group space that they hold space, that we open it to them to hold space way early than anybody else. Therefore, they hold better prices than at the time you decide to call to book your cruise. So when you are asking for a specific cruise today, they are going to look at the space groups that they have from a year ago. And that's where they get the advantage over everybody else. So in addition to anything else that we do above and beyond, like I personally would add some more amenities if we need to do that. And also they offer their own amenities in addition. So yeah, it's a win-win, honestly, by going through them. Yes, we do offer cruises as well, but you do get what you get. But with them, you get extras. That's the bottom line. And you get the service, and another different service. I'm not gonna bring down our service. We do give people our service as well directly, but your service is completely above and beyond. You have one-on-one touches. With our service, I mean, you call me today, not me particularly, but whoever, you're gonna get the cruise booked, and the service that you get one-on-one with you guys is beyond any service that I personally know out there. So kudos to you guys, and we love working with you. You make it easy to work with you, and we try to make it as easy to do business with. And therefore, it is definitely better to go through you to book your future cruises.
Thank you about that. So, all right. So I'm going to start moderating some of the questions. We have a few questions in the chat. As I said, later on, we'll be opening up the mics. I'm going to start with a question from Monica. Monica's asking me, and she asked me internally through the private chat. She's asking, she wants to know a little bit about Asia and 2021 and restrictions in Hong Kong. Do we have any information on that?
You probably will not see celebrity in Asia That won't be let me say, I'll answer it, but I'll say a couple things, right, Carlos? So when any of the cruise lines come back, right, when we all say we're back, I'm talking about the big ones. You got some smaller ones that are messing things up right now, to be honest with you, based on some of the health and safety things. But the big ones, we're going to phase in ships, right? So for Celebrity to say Asia is going to happen in 2021, I can't say that right now, because that will be one of the last places we would probably go. Now, our sister brand, Royal Caribbean, may be there in Asia sooner than we will. I can't speak to that, but so I'm not as familiar with the requirements that Asia is asking, because for the Celebrity brand, we're going to start close to home with our best hardware, our newest hardware, if you will, Edge and Apex. I do know that. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything out of school there. We're going to start with those, but you'll see something like a phased in, like a ship 1 week, the next ship 2 weeks later or 1 week later. But we'll probably start in the Caribbean. We'll start close and then start to expand, because obviously for North Americans to travel overseas right now is tough based upon some of the regulations.
That makes a lot of sense. Eugene is asking, ask Keith and others to elaborate, how does the menu of Luminae differs from the main dining room? I want to jump in real quick and kind of structure the question a little bit more. Just so you guys know, we're going to be going back and forth between health questions and ship related questions, as I have a whole bunch of questions from you. I'm going to go in order as they came. Okay, so I apologize for like jumping back and forth and in different topics. But I do want to say the following. So I experienced the retreat and Luminae for the first time when I went on board the Edge. And you spoke briefly about the Edge or the retreat area, and I think you're 100% right when you say that Celebrity doesn't tout your own horn enough when it comes to the retreat. You don't. It's hard to explain, because it's like literally like having a small ship experience within a larger ship with all the amenities. But you guys really take it to another level when it comes to service level and the experience itself is having your own restaurant and having your own pool area and having your own your own butler and everything. Is just, it really makes experience all that much more important, right? And I just want to say and correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the main differences between what you're going to get from Luminae and the main dining is, here you have a smaller kitchen attending to a much smaller amount of people, right? Mm-hmm. That is completely separate from the main dining room. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's it's the way that I like to frame it up is this, especially on Edge and Apex, because if you look at main dining on Edge and Apex, they're really specialty dining. So main dining is specialty dining on Edge and Apex. I mean, we have what Tuscan and Cosmopolitan. We have what used to be specialty is main dining now on Edge and Apex, which is crazy great. But to answer the question, you said it spot on, Carlos. It's the exclusivity in Luminae. It's knowing, having that same waiter sitting at that same table for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if that's what you want. And yes, the food is fantastic. Yes, it has a little different menu options than, obviously, all the restaurants have different menu options. But as a retreat guest, that is your exclusive dining area. Just like in Aqua Class, you have Blue. And so we try to keep those themes. So when you're in the retreat area, you can be in that small ship within a big ship. I love how you said that, because that's what we're saying. But then when you want to leave the retreat, you go out to new luxury. So, there's some competitors out there that have these isolated areas, but then they go out and it's a different experience once you get out to the main ship. The beautiful thing at Celebrity is you get to go from a luxury to a new luxury, and the space to person ratio is so beautiful, because we didn't put as many staterooms on the ship as other people do.
Right. And obviously, Celebrity strives to deliver the most consistent experience every single time. I see Chip made a comment, please, if anybody ever has an experience that differs in any way from the consistent upscale level of service that's supposed to be, please let us know, and we'll be
Yes.
happy to relay that to Celebrity. They're striving for improving and bettering themselves every single time and every single sailing. So, important question from Viola. How you doing, Viola? Thank you for joining us. And Viola is asking, will you be upgrading the ventilation system on your ships?
It's a great question, a very popular question right now. I can't answer it, but I'm one of those people that gets frustrated when people say that. So I will tell you that, yes, of course, we're looking at all those things, because ventilation, when you think about the air, right, and particles and all the stuff that we're learning about this horrible virus, we already have upgraded ventilation systems. So we're prepared to enhance those systems to not just comply with what the CDC wants us to do, but significantly comply. So without saying a bold yes, so I'm not quoted on that, let's just say we're leaning strongly in that direction. And once you put your guests on, or folks that are clients on a Celebrity ship, trust me, besides a hospital, it'll be the cleanest place on earth.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that will be the case. And you know, I think one important thing that we need to highlight here is a lot of these questions that we ask about health and regulations are difficult to answer, specifically because the CDC continues to change the guidance all the time, right? And I think one major consistent thing that we're going to see, and correct me if I'm wrong, but everything that the cruise lines are going to do, so the CDC is going to come up with their recommendations and guidance, and they're going to change them, continue to change them, and update them as new information and new evidence comes about, right? And then we know that by hopefully September, sometime in the month of September, the CDC is going to come back and say, this is what we are telling the cruise lines that they need to do. What we know is, because this I've been hearing from not only you, but everyone in the cruise line industry, is you guys are going to take those recommendations and take them to another level. You're just not going to meet those regulations. You're going to exceed those that guidance for sure. And that should make everybody feel a lot more at ease with the fact that, you know, things are just going to be fine. And one very consistent thing that I know that we're going to see is whatever the CDC guidances are on land, by the time we get to sail, are probably going to be very similar to what we should expect on board ships. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know, and I'm gonna give you a lot of information here. You know, whether I should or I shouldn't, I don't care, because I like to give information, at least what I know. But yes, I'll reverse a little bit. Our Blue Ribbon panel is working with the CDC, so we know what the CDC wants from us. Now we're working with the Blue Ribbon panel, and once we submit to the CDC at the end of this month, so you're spot on your timeline, then the CDC has, you know, time to assess and say, because they've told us what they want, we've enhanced what they asked, which is we're very proud of, and we feel like it should be a pretty quick turnaround once we submit September 1st. We're hoping it's a very quick turnaround, because we certainly want to be back in the water this year. But I'm going to give you a few more things that I'm excited about. Touchless is going to be a big deal, right? And think about it, CPAS card. Think about how many times you hand that thing over on a cruise. That will not happen anymore. You as the passenger will be the only person that touches that. So somebody in a glove will hand you, as that thing is made, hand it to you, and you'll be the last person that touches that. We've got technology through phones, TV, etc., that'll all be sterilized, wiped down. Obviously, it's your personal phone. The other thing is the Ocean View Cafe, right? Which, when you think about, is, you know, where most people go in, and that's where people touch things. Lucky for us, we have had, it's not all touchless right now, but the conversion for us is easier than some other cruise lines, because we did a lot of serving, right? We were more luxury when it came to that. Now we will not allow guests to serve themselves. They will be served by somebody who's in a mask and obviously very well protected and health and safety. The other thing I wanted to give you that's pretty cool for the whole Royal Caribbean Corp, and we just came out with this very recently, or if you haven't seen it, then I'm giving you something, is the touchless muster drill. So, right, the the worst thing that you can do on a cruise is to go through a muster experience, right? And as we all know, in the last 100 years, it hasn't changed that much. You know, it's the worst possible, closest to people experience with a life jacket on. And then 11 years ago, we actually changed that and took the life jacket away. And everybody thought that was the greatest thing. But you're still in close quarters with other folks. So what we are now doing is when we're back in service, you will go and you'll have a couple different ways to review the muster drill, either in the privacy of your own stateroom, on your stateroom TV, at your leisure. You'll be able to do it. So not at a specific time, not the whole ship. Bars won't be shut down, all that stuff that we know is a pain. And then once you do that, you either do it on your phone, on your TV, you then go to your muster station with your group that you're traveling with. So if you're traveling with a family of 4 or a group of 16, just you and your group physically go to the muster station. You have your phone or your CPAS card for those that don't like technology, and you simply check in that you know where your muster station is. There'll be a staff person there saying, a shipboard personnel person saying, do you have any other questions? You watch the safety video they did and you are done. So we're very excited about that. We actually created this and started working on this before COVID, and we're thrilled that we're going to be able to announce that throughout the Royal Caribbean Group on all ships post-COVID.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you very much for all that information, Keith. So real quick, jumping over to different topic very quickly. Alaska. Are your ships kid friendly for Alaska? Valerie's thinking of taking an Alaska cruise.
I'll let the ladies jump in, but I will say this, my family, and it's funny, when I first got into the cruise industry 16 years ago, everybody used to say, well, Alaska's a one kind of trip experience. My family's been 5 times. My kids are now 25 and 23, but you can imagine 16 years ago, their favorite destination of all the places, as a family, I'm not saying it's mine, I love Alaska, but it is uber kid friendly, you know, especially if your kids love animals, and especially if you get a veranda, which I highly recommend, as all of you know, you get to witness some of the most beautiful experiences. Plus we have an unbelievable children's program, which is phenomenal. It caters, you follow the STEM. We use, science, technology, mathematics, engineering. It's a phenomenal program, very kid friendly, but I'll let Bo and Michelle jump in because I can tell they're eager.
You know, my passion is Alaska. I'm very passionate about Alaska for many, many years, especially cruise tours, because I think it's a missed opportunity if you go to Alaska with just the cruise. While it's a beautiful cruise, don't get me wrong, 7 nights is beautiful. If that's all that you've got, 7 nights, fine. But if you have a little bit more time to spend extra, go either before or after on our cruise tours, it's second to none. We absolutely have done our homework when it comes to cruise tours. And I can tell you, by far, I don't care who's out there in Alaska, Celebrity Cruises does the best, offers the best cruise tour product. That 100% escorted somebody's with you the entire time, explain it to you what's going on with Alaska. They know the land like no other. They actually live there. They are home. Their home is Alaska. So you learn so much. You get this one-on-one experience. We have a bus driver that was with you the entire time, with your luggage the entire time. I can go on and on with Alaska, and I can have a whole just time for Alaska, but I won't take a lot of time today. But definitely it is one of my favorite, and I highly recommend it. And with Celebrity Cruises is the best way to do it.
And one of the real quick, one of the things that I want to add is I think it's an experience for, families, kids, and there's an opportunity. The season is wide enough to allow for people that don't want to see a lot of kids to go off, during school season. So there's less kids. And if you want to take your family and you want more kids to be around, then you go on vacation time, school vacation time. So definitely a destination for everyone. Thank you guys for that.
And Carlos, can I just add something to what Bo said? Bo, you're totally correct. This is Steve. Hi, how are you? Also, if you're going through Alaska, which has the best nature of any place in North America, to do the cruise tour, you're going to see more animals and more nature if you do the cruise tour than just the Alaskan cruise.
Yep, the only way you can see the Big Five is on Alaska Cruise Tours. Absolutely correct.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jean Orlando has another quick question. She says she would have been on the Celebrity Summit doing transatlantic cruise ending in Ireland. We should expect that to happen again at one point, right?
Iceland, you mean Iceland and Ireland packages? I mean,
I didn't hear that, Carlos. What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question was, she says, I would be on Celebrity Summit on the Transatlantic cruise ending in Ireland. Will that
Ending in Ireland.
are we
You know,
going to do it again? We don't know. I mean, I don't know the itinerary so far for past 2021, but what we have today is great itineraries, and we don't know if they're going to replace what we did in 2020, but we will know more about it and we'll share it with you all soon.
Yeah, the answer is yes, we will get back to that, but it's going to take us time, right? As we continue to phase in and get back to, because the other thing I didn't say on the health and safety, which the other thing I want to say real quick before I go into that is on health and safety. What we're going to also do for all of you is create a one-pager, because what you don't want to become is a doctor, right? You can't try to become a doctor to your guests or to your clients. What you want to do is just state the facts on what will be different on our ships, because there's going to be a lot of questions. But the one thing when we first start, we're going to have very safe ports of call, meaning only excursions that we know you're with a group and you're with the same people. You don't interact with other people because you catch viruses from other people. So any new people, there won't be an interaction. If it's somebody leading the excursion when you leave the ship, it'll be somebody who's been tested extensively, and we know they'll have a mask and they'll social distance. So remember, for the first several months, it'll be kind of bubble itineraries, because we have to protect our guests and we have to protect our crew. So saying we're going to go to Bright right away, we wouldn't be truthful, and we have very high integrity. But of course, once the vaccine comes into play, once the virus goes away, we'll get back to our great older itineraries, and we'll also have some new and exciting ones.
Thank you. That's fantastic. I have a question on single supplement. Should we expect, as basically the question is, there's going to be lower passenger count when sailing resumes. Will there be an opportunity for lower single supplement on the non-Edge class ships? This is my only problem with Celebrity, very high single supplement.
Yeah.
And
I could take that one. Because I talked to a lot of guests about this. I think what we need to do is work with you and find what sailings, because throughout the year, we do have sailings where we lower the single supplement from 200 down to either 150 or even maybe a little less. But let us work with you and the team in Carlos's office to see what we can do, because we want you to come on board. And I understand I'm single as well. So I understand when you go on, you want to get the best price you can. So please let us work with you and share with you the sailings where we do have reduced and what else we can do for you.
Michelle, I'm getting a private question here. Somebody heard you were single and they're asking you.
Please, yes, please.
I have to go right now. No, I'm just kidding. All good. And you know what's funny? We were just talking about it too, as we were answering the questions. We do an awful lot of multi-generational travel, because one of the things we find with Celebrity, to be honest, is from children all the way up to someone who's 90 years old. I mean, I travel with my family a lot, and Carlos, we were getting our trip ready, and we all have something that we're going to love to do on Celebrity, and from A to Z, we love it. And I think that's the beauty of Celebrity, that the children's program, again, it's more like a private school versus public school. So every age of a child is going to have something cool that they could do. Someone in their 30s and 40s, again, I really love that. And I think multi-generational travel, especially after this pandemic, is going to be so important. I think more people are going to want to spend more family time, because unfortunately I hate the fact we can't hug our family now. So I feel real comfortable saying that whoever you put on Celebrity, honestly, that multi-gen travel we do a great job. And I think it's going to get better and better as we move forward as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Carlos, I'm going to let the ladies take it, but I got to jump off. I'm so sorry. I have another call I have to get on.
Absolutely. No, Keith, you did
Thank you, Kale.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
Keith.
joining us. We will stay
Thank
on.
you to everybody. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate it so
Thank
much.
you for being here. And so, Lou, one of our past guests, and Lou, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us again. Lou is asking, he's saying, well, the 125% FCC is very generous. When you consider year-over-year inflation, some of that extra 25% is eaten up by it. Wouldn't it be more customer-centric to allow carryover perks and OBC when we're booking using FCC? I'm going to take that real quick from you guys because I think it's the simplest and best answer to this is, Lou, thankfully, because of our great relationship with Celebrity and our attention, our commitment to customer service and attention to detail, please let us know on, whenever you see that to be the case, and we will work with Celebrity to work, to get that worked out. You're 100% right. The idea is to make sure that the perks, like basically that we can take advantage of that 25% to upgrade your experience, not to just equal it. So let us know, and we will, we'll look into how we can take care of that for you. Okay. I have a cruise booked for May 30th. Do I get the extra credit to my cruise? Okay. So I'm going to take care of this question real quick by allowing the following. Can we put up that screen real quick, that slide that Keith was about to show that we put up for later? Jessica, thank you very much. So this slide is up because we sent an email prior to this event letting people know that those that attend are going to be eligible to receive up to $200 shipboard credit on cruises and on your next Celebrity cruise. And this offer expires within the next 2 weeks, right? So first of all, Michelle, Bo, can you share with us real quick what the current offer with Celebrity is?
The current offer is,
Go ahead.
yes, absolutely. The current offer is what you see, which is Book Now bonus. It's actually it's the free drinks with the savings up to $500 per person. And that is going to be combinable with the offer that we gave. And any offer that comes between now and August 20th, you can still take advantage of it. Whatever new offer comes in, it's all yours. That's part of one. But the offer below, which is the up to $200 in suites and $150 for the veranda onboard credit, that is above and beyond. So this is for being here today with us, for participating with us, and for enjoying a great time with us today.
Thank you. And what I want to say about applying this promotion to previous cruises booked, the answer is we can look into it for sure. The reality is, usually this promotion is going to be combinable with prevailing rates today. So if today's rate works out to be and work out better, then we can look into it. But chances are rates are probably higher than whatever you booked before. So applying this promotion to a previously booked cruise might probably require for a canceled rebook, which might just kind of bring up the rate up. Look into it. We'll try to work every single case out, but it does apply to prevailing rates, so it can't be combinable with past discounted promotions, for example. Okay.
It basically applies to any booking made today through August 20th. That is what the offer is, and that's what the reason for it is for participating today. So I'm only talking about the extra offer. Everything else is open for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So this is an exclusive luxury cruise connection, so extra offer for attending today.
Right.
Thank you. We will share this promotion and this screen with all of you guys right after the event, so we can take it down for now, Jessica, if you may, so that we can see everybody's faces and continue with the questions real quick. Okay, so let's see. Eugene, will Celebrity be doing an Amazon River cruise soon?
That's a good question. I think, like Keith said, our lives have kind of changed right now because based on back to service, especially healthy sailing, like Keith said, we're going to start close to home. Don't forget, one of our pillars is destination. So I think we're always going to continue to strive to give you different destinations, unique destinations. But I think right now we kind of start slow, and once we get back into it, gosh, you know, we're hoping as soon as they give us the okay. But I know, again, we could talk to you more about specifics and share with you some exciting destinations that I think you would like.
Awesome. Okay, so Chip and Nado are asking, are we all going to have less personal suite service now because of the precautions that will be taken with hundreds of passengers using the pool and the hot tub every day? How frequently are the pools checked for their pH, chlorine? Okay, that's a good question. Do any of you have the answer to this, or can I say what I think about that?
Well, I think first of all that based on the healthy sailing protocols, there's going to be different protocols as it relates to pools, hot tubs, all the different areas on the ship. I don't believe that service is going to suffer because, first of all, we pride ourselves on, especially with the suites and the butlers, that is truly one of our pillars and something that's really important to us. I would venture to say that with social distancing, we are going to find a way. And I know I have been not been in the meetings lately, but just different things that I'm hearing. We're going to find a way to do this first class, providing the great level of service that we're known for, because I think that would really take away if we went back and we didn't provide that level of service. We're known for our level of service. That, again, is a pillar that's really critical for us. So we'll be able to give you more details once we get the approval from the CDC. But just some interesting, unique things I believe that they'll be doing to continue to provide that level of service. That means so much to us. It really does.
And I would imagine that they're going to want to coordinate how many people are in a hot tub at the same time.
Oh gosh, it's going to be, yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I have no doubt that they're going to be consistently checking pH and chlorine levels all the time. As you know, basically, I'm sure the CDC is going to have guidance for that. And as Keith said, they're going to go above and beyond.
Yeah, we're going to be held to a certain standard, but trust us, we're going to go way above and beyond because that's what we really have to do at this point in this industry.
Absolutely. And Catherine Randall has a question. Is there a place on the Celebrity website where you can actually see how much future cruise credit you have if you had a cruise canceled due to COVID-19?
I can take that.
Before you do, Bo is going to let you know on the Celebrity side. On the Luxury Cruise Connection side, Catherine, please feel free to connect with one of us. I'm sure one of ours already connected with you directly. Even if you didn't book that cruise with us, we are so customer service centric. You can count on us to fulfill our mission as a travel agency. We're here to make travel dreams come true. So even if we weren't involved in the
I'll tell you what, let me,
Steve. So even if we weren't involved in that original reservation, feel free to reach out to us, and we will be happy to get that information for you.
Well, actually, I was going to say similar. I was going to say first, try your travel agent partner. They, you know, have obviously Luxury Cruise Connections. You guys have the answers to that. You also have access to it on, you know, the portals directly to us. So you just go online and do it. And yeah, but if you go directly to celebrity.com, the answer is no. It is not in there. You will not find that information there.
Yeah, so we'll be happy to provide you with all your answers.
Yes.
Regarding that. And Michelle has an important question. Do you predict that the Mediterranean summer season will go as planned for 2021? We have a trip planned with several families for next August.
Oh, that's it. Well, again, it's, I think we're all being very cautiously optimistic based on the way the world is now. Again, that's a big part of our portfolio, the Mediterranean. And as we start to get back into service, I don't want to say assume it's just going to happen, but that is such a big part of our portfolio. You know, I believe that it will. And again, we will keep in close touch and let you know. And again, it's tough right now, I think, on all of us on this call. The guests who cruise with Celebrity, the travel partners and us, is because it's almost like a day-to-day thing, and it's so tough to live like that. But the bottom line, like Keith said, we have the Blue Ribbon panel. These are the best of the best doctors that are going to get us there the right way, and I would assume that yes, we're going to be back cruising the Mediterranean.
And I think Michelle, to complement that, there is no, it is in absolutely nobody's mind that it will be canceled or suspended.
Correct.
By any
Correct.
means. I mean, there's definitely
Right.
every intention of making that happen.
Yes.
And my personal prediction is that it will. I think that there is a lot of efforts being put in every single direction, from operations to marketing.
Yes.
To sales, to make sure that that happens. So I think on a more, I guess, to more specifically answer that question, we've been, I guess, shown that, I guess, by the situation that we're going through, that that we can't make any. We just can't know it all, but there is absolutely every intention. There's absolutely
Yes.
no intention
Oh, yeah.
on
That's
suspending
right. That's
the
right.
Absolutely.
Mediterranean season. Everybody's depending on way too much on that to happen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So Hazel is asking, she's saying, has the government indicated when cruising will resume, or you need to wait on the COVID-19 vaccine? The CDC has asked all of these major cruise lines to not sail all the way till September. They've extended their suspensions all the way to October 31st, Halloween. And with that said, there is no guidance or restriction regarding vaccine whatsoever. It'd be great if it comes out before, but we believe that the CDC is going to come up with enough guidance to feel everybody very comfortable about cruising before we get back on the waters. I have a private message from Hank. Does the emphasis on the retreat diminish the attraction of the aqua class?
Absolutely not.
Oh gosh,
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think so. I believe it's more of a plethora of opportunities. To me, it's kind of two totally different things, because with the aqua class, I think that's more of a fitness-based, someone who's health and wellness as, again, one of our key pillars. The aqua class fits that perfectly. I think with the variety of suites in the retreat, it gives a lot of people the opportunity to be able to book the retreat, and to, whether you cruise in an Edge Villa or a Sky Suite, I think it's giving you that amazing opportunity. And as you said, Carlos, a ship within a ship, to do that. I think it just provides more variety, and our aqua class does very well. We sincerely love it, and I think when we announced aqua class years ago, we hit the nail on the head. It's been a home run. It's been a home run.
So thank you. And a question from Valerie. Valerie is asking, what will the cancellation time frame be? And I think that what she means by that is, what is the basically under the current rules, how much time do we have to be able to cancel a cruise without being hit by penalties? So the Cruise with Confidence program right now, what does it allow?
Bo, can you go through that? Do you have the specific?
I mean, there's so much going on when it comes to that. There are different questions, different answers.
Yes.
I mean, what is exactly that you're asking specific? As you know, we have a Q&A sheet that is longer than, the page. There's so many different scenarios. So I can list them all. I'm going to put them on all. They're already put on our cruising. You have that sheet on the Celebrity Commitment to forward with the details to anybody who is interested in knowing the specifics. If there's a specific question, I'll be happy to answer it. But like I said, there's just so much to list. Which one?
Yeah, and I think it's all about flexibility too. We want to give people flexibility and realize when they book that they're not going to be locked in if they want to make a change. So I think there's several different programs that give you that opportunity. And that was the one thing, again, that we're really proud of, that we're giving our guests different opportunities and not we want them to book, but we don't want them to feel so locked in that they can never make the change. So I think the Cruise with Confidence program, some of our other programs give you the ability to make changes a lot closer in.
Yeah.
So,
And currently, if I might add, what we just came up with again, and it's the same thing that we've been doing all along. If with the suspension sailings, you have 3 options to choose. We have, like Michelle was saying, we're giving you options to pick from, what fits you the best. So we have 3 options. Option 1 is the lift and shift. You take your current cruise and move it to another sailing, a future sailing 21, all the way to May of 2022 sailings, and you can keep the same exact offer you had with the same amenities. That's one option. The other option 2, you can have 125% future cruise certificate, or you can simply get the lower value of 100% amount. That is another option as a full refund. So you got 3 options there to choose from based on what you think is right. I personally find that the lift and shift is your best option of all at first. And then of course, everybody has their preferences, but holding the value of what you already booked with the pricing and the benefits and just move it to the future is your best option.
And
But
Carlos,
again,
who was the young lady that asked the question?
Valerie Rani, and
Okay.
And what I want to add is there is a Cruise with Confidence program. So talking about that flexibility that Celebrity is trying to add, you know, right now, this very, very strong promotions that are coming out are incredible opportunity to get your cruise booked. Availability for 2021 is already limited. The reality is 2021, everybody that had a cruise for 2020 already moved it over to 2021. And what is incredible is if this trend continues, and I was looking at our numbers yesterday, but if this trend continues, by the time we get to December, we're going to start January 2021 with more bookings and ready to sell than what we started 2020, which is incredible under the circumstances, right? And so what that tells me is, you know, people need to be taking advantage of the low pricing and the strong promotions that are coming out right now as the cruise lines are trying to incentivize people to book their cruise. And then understand that there's that flexibility. And right now with the Cruise with Confidence policy, you can actually cancel the cruise up to 48 hours prior and get 100% cruise credit.
Right. And I think let us work with you, Valerie, to help you do the right thing and do something that feels comfortable. I mean, again, you know, with the amazing, you know, with Jazz, with Tom, with all the folks there that could really help you to do the right thing and feel comfortable. Yeah, we want to work with you. Absolutely.
I'm going to ask somebody
Jorge,
please reach out to Valerie directly to answer further questions on that. And in the meantime, Sonia is asking, we have a cruise book for March 2021 through the Blue Chip Club. If these dates do not travel, will we be able to extend our date and maintain the comp cruise?
in fact, I can take that. The blue chips is pretty much, you know, all the cruises currently are treated kind of the same way. It just have to go through the blue chips because they have different rules when it comes to their cruises. Just like, you know, you get a certain, you know, percentage of your cruise depending on what you got because there are so many different programs within the blue chips. So just go back to the blue chip, the way you booked it, and they have different rules to give you as far as what better fits you or works with your particular cruise.
Yeah, and again, Sonia, we normally can't get very much involved when it comes to these free cruises, but please, as I said before, you know, we're here to fulfill our mission as a travel advisors.
Yeah, we can help. Yes,
definitely,
absolutely help.
Look, I want to before I jump into Cindy's question, Stanislav, one of our guests, and Stan, thank you very much for joining. You know, super loyal. He's asking me a question privately. He's asking, you know, when will the cruise lines kind of get together and tell? Okay, I'm going to read his statement. He says most people in the world, as well as in the U.S., got infected with COVID, not on the ship. However, mass media consistently makes everyone believe that to be on the ship, that is dangerous. To be in it's a dangerous endeavor. Why or when will Royal Caribbean Group or any of the major cruise lines will form an alliance to start a PR campaign to compare against, to compete against this bias? I think it's a great question. And here's the reality. I want to add real quick to this. The cruise line industry is probably one of the cleanest and safest travel, destinations or travel medium in the world. And what happens is it's the only area of the travel industry that actually requires to report on medical and health cases, right? You can go to hotels, you can go on planes, you can go on trains. Nobody has to report or even abide by any sort of rules, right?
Exactly.
When it comes to cruising, they're being held under such microscope and they actually are the only ones that actually have to report. So that's why you see cases, right? But the reality is, as Stan and as Keith and as, all of our cruise line executives will say, it is probably the safest place to be, right? And the cleanest place to be. And so, I don't know if Michelle or Bo have any more comments on this, but I'll tell you this. I know that this alliance already exists. I know that all major cruises have been working extremely hard with the CDC and CLIA and ASTA and all these different organizations lobbying for this to happen, because you're 100% right.
This is where there's strength in numbers, right? This is where, and again, I think that's a lesson learned, is where we all have to stick together. Once we go back to healthy sailing, I think you're going to see a lot more information. And we laugh at Celebrity, because I tell my reps to don't watch TV. Because if you watch TV, the media will tell you, don't even leave your house, because whatever you do. So, and it's almost like they focus on the cruise lines, and some of the stories I think are blown out of proportion. Granted, certain things have happened, but I think that once we get back to healthy cruising, you're going to see stronger message. You're going to see more of a united front, because we have to. We have to let people know, especially people that have never cruised before, that it is safe. Yeah. Our loyalty guests and people that have cruised, I think, understand it, but someone who never has, which there's so many people that haven't, they have this perception. So I think we're going to do a much better job working together to show. And CLIA is a great organization, and I've seen us work closer with them, and I think you're going to see more of that in the future.
Yeah. And Cindy Moore. Cindy, thank you for joining us. Happy to have you here. She's asking if we get blue chip club offers and luxury cruise connections, book those for us, and does the travel agency charge any change transfers or cancellation fees? I'll take that. Answer is yes, we can help you book and take advantage of any of those blue chip club offers. We're here for you every step of the way. Do we charge any change transfer cancellation fees? No, we charge absolutely no fees whatsoever. In fact, we believe in value, and this is why we have a concierge department that actually takes level of service above and beyond. Every time you book a cruise with Luxury Cruise Connections, there's a concierge manager behind it to help take care of every single detailed restaurant reservations, specific accommodations, transfers back and forth to the ship, and airline reservations, just anything you can possibly imagine. Shore excursions. We're here to really take care of every single detail for you. So no fees whatsoever. And to that question, there's another question that I want to just bring up, since I guess has to do a little bit with that. Somebody's asking me, can you transfer a reservation? If I book directly with Celebrity, can I transfer a reservation to the agency? What can you guys say about that? I'll let you guys take that.
I can take that, Mitch.
Yes,
You want?
Sure.
Well, absolutely. You can definitely transfer your reservation if you book it directly with Celebrity Cruises to Luxury Cruise Connection anytime you want. There is a timeline that we actually put in for 60 days from the minute you book it, but we have been working with the relationship that we have is so strong that we passed that a little bit. So we encourage you to do it within 60 days, but if it is not within 60 days and you decide to do it afterwards, we work with you as long as you are booking it with Luxury Cruise Connection.
Thank you so much. And Lou is asking, I have a lot of Italian relatives and Venice appears to be making us think about cruise ships coming to Venice. Do you foresee cruise ships being banned from Venice?
Again, that's an open question. The world's changing. I think it'll be very interesting to see. but we don't have the answer to that. And I'm sure our deployment folks are working hand in hand with all the different ports around the world to get us back to cruising in a healthy and safe way. I wish we had the answer to that.
Generally speaking, all the ports that we work with, they have a huge interest in getting the cruise business just as much as we do going there. So it is all up to each country, but I really can't see it then. But hey, we don't know, like Michelle was saying, living in a fluid world, things could happen anytime. But yeah, they have just as much interest in us going there than us going there.
Yeah, I think
That is a great question, though, Lou. Thank you.
It is very good.
I think the issue with Venice goes beyond COVID-19. I think they've been suffering for over-tourism for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I think, they definitely, they realize, and I've been reading a lot about this, they realize that they really depend way too much on the cruise line industry. There's an entire economy that depends on it. And they'd be suffering way too big of consequences if they don't. So I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on everybody to make sure that cruising gets back to Venice for sure. Here's another one from David. Celebrity should look into putting RemeHalo devices into the ventilation ducts, which will kill the virus and send ozone into the air on board to kill the virus from person to person and clean the air. Many large venues are putting these systems to protect all people, churches, temples, concerts, venues. David, I want to, both Bo and Michelle, they are tied by certain non-disclosures, and they are not allowed to disclose some particular information. This is what you need to know. Everything that they can possibly, physically, financially, possibly can do to make sure that you guys are safe way beyond the CDC recommendations is what you will expect. But this is a great comment. If there's anybody that can, that maybe that can be taken to, please do so, ladies.
Well, no, I think the fact is, and Keith said, we have 11 doctors, and when you look at the hospitals, these doctors are from the top state-of-the-art hospitals all over the world. They are going to advise us to, if that's something, I think, because a few people asked about the ventilation, and Keith kind of answered it, we're going to do the right thing based on what advice we get and, try to go over the top. I don't know specifics, but I believe that having these experts in that field is so critical, and I'm so glad that we're working together with them. That's really key.
Yeah. And Hazel is asking, without COVID-19 vaccine and proof that guests receive, don't you anticipate it will be a very difficult to enforce wearing masks on board and also social distancing? It's a good question. That goes together with Lou's. When a COVID vaccine becomes available, will there be protocol for guests to prove that they have been inoculated? I'm going to jump into that real quick. I'm going to say that I think that at one point, countries, not cruise lines, but countries will probably ask for something like that. Kind of the same way some countries require for yellow fever vaccine before you go to some places of the world. I would imagine that there are going to be countries that at one point will ask for this, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Whether or not celebrity will, I think that, again, and Michelle or Bo, you can take it from here, but I think it's going to be very much based on the CDC recommendations at that time. And I don't think the CDC knows right now how to answer a question like that.
I think the whole world is struggling to find out what is the best thing, what we should do. Do germs live on a surface? I mean, there's so many things, and I feel like, again, every day that you look at the media, there's different things. But the good news is we have the experts, we have the people that know it and understand it, and we'll put together a very comprehensive. But a lot of people have asked us about the vaccine, and I know we don't have that answer.
Yeah, but again, I would imagine that at one point some countries will require it. We'll see if that's the case. If somebody's concerned about whether or not they want to get the vaccine or not going to want to take the vaccine, and they don't know if one of the countries that they're going to might require it or not. Look, the one thing that you know for sure is celebrity will allow for as much flexibility as possible, understanding the situation and understanding that, if that were to be the case, people are not going to lose their money, and their celebrity is not going to allow for that to happen. So just to give a little bit of extra confidence. And Cindy is asking, if we buy celebrity insurance, does it cover pandemic, COVID-related health expenses up to the policy limit? That it's a great question. I'm going to let you guys answer on behalf of Celebrity on that, but I also want to add, Cindy, that most insurance policies, and I actually did this research in the past because Stanislav asked me to do, prompt me to do this some time ago. Most major insurance companies, like for example, we use TravelGuard, will cover for health issues like COVID if you, God forbid, get sick from it, right? What is not usually covered by any insurance company, and maybe, again, Bo and Michelle can help us with more answers regarding Celebrity. What is not covered is you're never going to be covered for fear of getting COVID or fear of traveling, and you're not going to get covered if the ship has to suspend because of COVID, because for that, the cruise line is taking care of compensating the clients for. But if you, God forbid, catch COVID or catch any illness, including COVID, on any of your trips, then any major insurance company will cover for those expenses. Anything on Celebrity Insurance particularly that you want to add on that?
Well, Michelle, I think I could take that over because I did read it earlier too, and it is actually part of our Q&A. And it's if it happens, obviously during the trip, it does cover the COVID, and it was specifically said so. So I think that if you buy our insurance, the insurance that we offer, it does cover.
Perfect. Perfect. And let's see, I have another question. Monica sent me privately. Can it be possible to extend the future cruise certificates past 2022?
I just had 2 questions about it. I have some groups that want to do that. And again, we're willing to look at it on a case by case. I don't think we've waved a magic wand and said anybody could do it. But again, we will fight hard to do it for Luxury Cruise Connections if that's something that you're asking for. That's really case by case at this point.
Thank you. Okay, I think that'll work. And again,
Yes.
We'll work very closely with Celebrity on that.
Yes.
Lift and shift only works if the exact same cruise is available in the future. Is that true?
I can
Sure,
take
Bob.
that, Mitch. Actually, there's so many scenarios on that one too. But bottom line is yes. We started out with you have the ship, the sail date, the length of the cruise is very important. So if the length of the cruise is 9 nights and the sailing that is, it has to be within 4 weeks of the period of when you booked it. And it could be the same ship, the class. And in some cases, we allow actually to jump from, for example, from the Millennium to Solstice class ships. I mean, we work that out. Again, if the itinerary is not there and it happens to be on the other sail and what have you. But we've been very, very, yes, we put the rule in place, but we do also are very, very, I am proud to be working with this company because we have done so much that to your advantage, to the guest advantage than any other cruise line out there. We do put the things in place, but we do also look at it from the scenarios, particular scenarios. So work with you, obviously, work with me, and we find solutions to everything that we have out there. That's the answer to that.
And I think we have done so in the past. So again, Lou, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to guide you through it for sure. Carol is asking, will you be testing all passengers prior to embarkation? I know that's a tough question for you ladies to answer. So how about I say it and then I'm right or wrong. I know that Celebrity, as well as most major cruise lines, are looking into ways of rapid testing before embarkation. Nobody has an official statement whether or not that's happening because they are waiting on updates on technology for that to actually happen. The expectation is, well, let me put it this way. I know that executives at all major cruise lines would like that to be the case. Okay, so a straight answer is yes, we know that the cruise lines want that to be the case. We don't know, we don't have an official statement on that. Is that fair, Michelle and Bo?
Well, I think that, again, when we hand everything into the CDC, it all depends what they come back. I mean, all of this is going to be predicated on what their rules are and the standards. So it's going to be interesting. we, again, and we apologize. We believe you, we want these answers more than you know, because it's, we're frustrated too that we don't have them, but we will be able to get the answers, hopefully by September, as you said, with a lot more specifics. I mean, I think what Keith said was great, because he kind of laid the groundwork, but I think we'll be able to give you a lot more specifics, which is what everyone is looking for.
Perfect, perfect.
Yep.
Viola, it seems that the book now bonus is 3 and 1/2 days. Could you extend it for a few more days?
Yes. I just took that one. We want the business. Yes, we'll do it. What do you guys need for LCC? We're doing it. Yeah, this is where the relationship is really important, because we'll do what it's going to take to get the business, and we want to have flexibility. And I think the worst is, you know, when you go to companies and everything is no, there's going to be gray areas, and there's going to be exceptions that need to be made. And believe me, if we could do it, this girl, Beau France, right now, she'll do it. She will go to the
and it's only for Luxury Cruise Connection, nobody else.
Right. We fight hard for that. We fight hard. Yes.
Thank you so much.
So yes.
So much. So look, I have we have a few more questions to go. I have it's 4:31 Eastern Standard Time. We know that, you know, we really want to be, you know, we're very thankful for all of you that stayed with us all this time. We're not rushing. We want to make sure that everybody gets their questions in. So we'll stay here as much as we need to make sure we answer every question. But we do understand some of you might have previous commitments. So, you know, it's okay. Don't be shy. But I do have a couple more comments here that I want to read over real quick. Let's see. Michelle, do we have any comments on, and this is Stanislav that sent me a private question. Do you have any comments on what protocols will be enforced in terms of, you know, mask wearing, and especially if somebody gets, you know, if somebody's infected or anything, will they take him off the cruise as airlines do right now? Like, how strict will we be with enforcing? That's a tough question. I don't know if we have the answer for that. Do we?
Yeah, I don't think we do, but I have to believe that that's part of the discussion. What do you do if X happens on the ship? I have to believe that we're in discussions now to resolve that, because you want to look at every scenario and be able to feel good about the standard once something like that happens.
Exactly. Exactly. And okay, let's see. What else do we have? One world order test run. Have you noticed? Okay. Morgan. Okay. So, okay, that's a comment, not a question. So, what else do we have? Let's see. What other questions do we have? I'm getting some private messages here saying Roger is terrific. Thank you. Roger is one of our guys, and I get amazing feedback from all of you guys all the time, and I appreciate that very much. Keep the feedback flowing, because that's what we use. Good feedback keeps us motivated, and constructive feedback helps us improve. So we're here for you. Thank you for that. So continue, please. Let's see. What else do we have? If anybody wants to get on, we can unmute right now. If anybody wants to unmute themselves and ask a question live, I've run out of questions in the chat box. So please go ahead.
Yes, it's Anne here.
Yeah, hello, Anne. How are you?
Hi,
Thanks for joining us.
My question is simply future cruise credits. They expire. And some of us loyal cruisers to Celebrity are amassing quite a few future cruise credits. And the way this pandemic is going, we're going to run out of time to use them. Has Celebrity considered extending the dates we can use them? Because my problem is, I just got notified this morning that my next cruise is canceled. And I'd like to take a future cruise credit, but that's now going to mean I'm going to have 5. And it looks like my first ones in 2021 are going to get canceled because they're Asia. When am I going to get to use them? They're going to expire. Is there a chance they can be extended?
Michelle, I can take that one. In fact, it is one of the answers that we have, or questions and answers that we already have on the Q's and A's that it's already online. And yes, basically we are extending the options. Looking at exact dates, but I could tell you from what I read just this morning again, it's actually if you have if you're talking about any future cruise certificate that you've had before this pandemic. So we have extended them all the way to the end of this year, December 30th of this year, 2020, for you to be able to use them for any sailings up to 2022 sailings. So you just need to pick a date and call in, and we allow you to use it for any sailings on 2021 all the way to May 4th, 2022 sailings.
What about past May 4th, 2022? Because that's my problem. If I am asked more.
No, that's the thing. We don't have any, we're not open. We don't have any opening yet on the 2020. That's where the deployment is open. So that is where it's extended to. So you have up till the end of this year to just redeem it for any sailing all the way to 2022 of April.
So basically right now, Celebrity hasn't released any itineraries past 2022.
Correct.
And when they do, as Michelle stated before, we'll be happy to work together hand in hand with Celebrity to make exceptions on that extension of the NFCC for you.
Yeah, let's work together. Absolutely.
Yes.
And thank you for the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Stan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. I have a couple of questions actually. First one, I have like 2 reservations with Celebrity, which is like I've done probably a couple of years ago. And somehow it never happened. Like I always kind of moving them. Can I still move it to LCC?
It
was like 2 years old, like reservations.
Let us take a look at it, because we'd like to help you with that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. The second question is like if you start sailing, it's gonna be kind of probably soft opening. If you're gonna be cruise, maybe before you're gonna test, like how it's gonna work, everything. How can I sign up for this cruise?
That's a great question. When we start, it'll be a lower load factor, as we say. It's not going to be a full ship. I mean, from everything we've heard, again, they'll stagger the ships. They won't all go in the water at the same time. And I think Keith even said it, our newest product will go first. And it won't be a full ship. It'll be perhaps half full. And right now we're selling into that, realizing that once we get back to service, we're not going to have full ships right away. It's going to take time, again, to work with the protocols, make sure they're in place, make sure they're working. And I'm glad. I think we thought that out very, very well.
But you could go advertise this cruise as well. I can just book this cruise, or you're going to be like, let's say the first cruise ever going to have after all this. It's going to be maybe very limited amount of people, only like, to see how does it work, everything, all protocols in place.
Correct.
Yeah, so yeah. I don't think so it's going to be like for mass, for everyone. It's going to probably be a very limited amount of people. And I would like to know how to sign up for this kind of cruise, for the first one.
Oh, I don't know if we're going to be doing any type, it sounds more like a kind of a test cruise, so to speak, where I know before we've done stuff with employees or our travel partners. Again, we don't know the answer to that. It's a great question, and I'm not sure if we're going to do anything like that. Again, with the employees or with our trade, or to see how we can start this back.
But okay, a last comment I would like to know, to go back my question asked. For me, it's a big surprise because I'm reading like everyday news, and now like we have one cruise, some in Norway, one is in Tahiti, and nothing bad happened at all. Literally, people get infected everywhere. I can go supermarket or restaurant, or just like my friends actually had private party at home, and 7 people got infected. out of 15. So, but I don't know why you just don't have journalists who really gonna promote what kind of protocols, like let's say in Tahiti now, they did very good job, I think. Like people already were like isolated, nobody got infected, only one person right now, and everything was perfect. Like, I don't know why don't have any good publicity for the cruise industry. You
We
really
will, we
need
will,
it.
and we will.
We will.
We plan on having, I actually was just talking to our, the person who's in charge of all the PR. We will have some press type trips that we're putting together. Yes, and I agree with you. We need to hear the positive, right? And we actually do that
Yeah.
a bunch now when we were cruising. You know, taking press from all over the world, especially when we have new ships, we invite press from all over the world to come and to check it out and spread the word about how good a cruise is. Because I agree, we need more positive.
But
Absolutely.
I see when you're gonna go on a cruise and invite journalists, sounds like you pay them, people don't trust much. You have to better do it right now, just before it starts everything, to show like, yeah, some cruise start already like, they had problems, but we fix everything and now it's safest place to be. Because honestly, I know like it's kind of ridiculous for most, because you can go to a hotel, get infected, or be on the plane, get infected, and nobody cares about this. But the cruise became some kind of, you know, everybody, one person gonna like get infected, and big news. 1,000 people died every day. Nobody talks about this. And one
We
person.
understand, and this is really good feedback. We understand. Yes.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
just wanted to hear like kind of good publicity, like CNN, major networks, like, you know, say, okay, you know what, it was a problem, now no problem anymore. I have absolutely everything under control. It's the safest place to
And
be.
I know that Mr. Fain, our chairman, was on, I believe MSNBC, and there were some high-level executives on, probably in the March, April, May timeframe, and hopefully when we get back to healthy cruising, we could get them back on. And there's a lot of different trade partners that I see on CNN and stuff, and they interview them throughout the year. But hey, the more positive publicity we can get, we're all in. We're all in for that.
It's true, absolutely. Well, thank you
Yes.
very much. And if you're gonna have some kind of test cruises, like, you can sign me up for this.
Thank you.
I volunteer to be guinea pig.
You and me both.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Thank
I
you.
have to
you.
go. Like, I have to go. Thank you very much for everything. And
Thank you. Thanks for being on. Thank you, guys.
I have a question from Irene. Irene has an interesting. She's asking about credits and perks across cruise lines owned by Celebrity parent company. Is Celebrity going to consider doing that? Basically, if you have a future cruise credit on Royal, can you use it on Celebrity? Or if you have it on Celebrity, can you use it on Azamara? Yeah, no,
I
unfortunately.
can take that. I think, Michelle, you want to take that? Or
No, go ahead. Sure,
It's-
go ahead.
you know, every cruise line has budget, obviously. It comes from within that particular cruise line budget. And everybody has to respect everybody else's budget. Therefore, that has not been across basically FCCs from different brands. So, and that goes for everybody out there, not just the Royal Caribbean brand that I know. So I'm sorry to say that's not in the plan anytime
But
soon.
Bo, we can be reciprocal with Captain's Club and the Royal, correct?
No,
So
yeah,
if you-
that's different. Yeah,
I didn't know if that's what they were relating to, because that talks
She's-
about amenities.
No,
Yeah.
she's talking about the FCC specifically. When they have an FCC with Celebrity Cruises, can it be used for Royal
Okay.
Caribbean? Am I
But
correct,
she also
Carlos?
mentioned amenities, right, Carlos?
Right, and credits, correct.
Yeah, so if the amenities, specifically amenities, talking about the Captain's Club, absolutely, that's been already a plan that we've been using for many,
Yes.
many years. So you are getting the benefit of being, if you're the first time going on Royal or vice versa, if you are let's say a diamond member with Royal, you are automatically an elite member with Celebrity, getting the
Right.
benefit of Celebrity amenities when you come into us. So it has been great program.
Yeah, that's a
People
great
love it.
benefit. That's a huge benefit.
Absolutely. So yeah, that is already been in place and you can take advantage of it today.
That's great. That's great. So loyalty points can be acquired across the RC family.
I'm sorry. Yes.
So loyalty points can be acquired across the Royal Caribbean family.
Well, I think each program is different, but as Bo said, they're reciprocal based on the level you're at, but
Correct.
the points, every program is different. So we
Correct.
wouldn't commingle the points with Royal. But still you have reciprocal opportunities again, which is a great opportunity.
Correct.
Right. So it's not like you can combine Royal Caribbean points with celebrity points, but the status that
No.
you get in one.
Correct. You get,
No, sorry. Yes.
correct. You get the
Correct.
status, the same status you are with the other man. You get the same benefit, our benefit, not typically the same, but our benefits, which in a case they are reciprocal. So which
Silver
is a-
Sea for now.
say that again?
Except Silver Sea for now. Right? I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know about Silver Sea, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna, I would definitely have to look into that.
We can
That's as you know, that's new to us. We just starting our relationship, so more things will come with that. But as of right now, I'm only talking about Royal and Celebrity to begin with. Really, honestly, that's all that we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. That's fantastic. Oh, we've had a lot of real good questions today.
Great question. Love it.
Yes, very good.
Super excited. I mean, this has
Love
been,
it.
wow. We had up to 93 people join our event today.
Yes.
And most of you stayed with us.
That's great.
You know,
Wow.
for the most part. And then obviously, we know people have other commitments and other stuff to do. So we understand 96 people. Yeah. And we understand that, if people have other stuff to do that they might have to jump off or anything, but we're here to continue to answer any additional questions. And most importantly, guys, remember, our team at Luxury Cruise Connections, we're really committed to what we do. So if there's any question that we didn't have an opportunity to answer during this live event, feel free to reach out to us. I'm going to leave you guys my direct contact information here in the chat, just in case if you don't have it. I love having an opportunity to say hi to our clients whenever we have a chance.
Yes.
So feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to. If you already don't have a Luxury Cruise Connections advisor that you currently work with, feel free to let me know, and I'll be happy to assign you to somebody, anybody that you get really within our company.
There's so many good ones. I'm looking at their wonderful faces
Yeah,
now.
they're right here.
Great job they do.
And Sharon she's saying, I'd like to thank the Celebrity Cruise we have enjoyed over the years. And Michelle, Bo, I'm sure you guys are happy to hear
Oh,
that.
Sharon, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
And you all have been so kind about our brand, and we appreciate the feedback. We have to take all the feedback, good, bad, or ugly, right? I think that's the great thing. We want to listen and learn and be better tomorrow than we are today, and that's a big thing for us. So we thanks everyone. We're honored that we're able to be here. Thank you so much.
I would like to say thank you because we took our family when they were asking about kids. On our 50th anniversary, we took all our family and grandchildren to Alaska.
Oh, that's
My
amazing.
husband and I have been on a couple of the presidential cruises. We've been on all three
Oh,
of
that's
the
amazing.
ships,
Thank you, Sharon.
and we have loved every minute of it. My husband passed away, and now I'm going to go solo in May. So we'll see how
You
that
go.
goes.
You do that.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
love your
Dad.
blanket, by the way. That's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I've been looking at it the whole time. I'm like, I want that. So
That's awesome. Thank you, Sharon. We appreciate you very much. So send me her booking next time she's going. Make sure you send me her booking, please.
Amazing.
absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, and wow, and Carol is going to South Africa, and yeah. So look, if anybody has any more questions, we'll be happy to answer. Michael wants to know, I would like information Alaska family cruise for my grandkids. Michael, I'm sure one of our guys is going to reach out to you real quick.
Excellent. Please, yes.
And those that are in our database, those that are receiving our emails, you know, stay tuned, because there are constant updates about what we're doing. We very much look forward to the day that ships are back in the water. We cannot wait. I'm going to be
Cannot wait.
All right.
I'm going to sleep at night again.
Yeah.
Here's the most interesting thing. You know, we are stunned about, you know, with the amount of people that are eager to cruise. Like, we have clients that are literally calling us to ask us, you know, what can I go on in September? What can I go on in August? And we're like, we would love to help you. It's just there's nothing really sailing right now.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are calling us and asking us about, when can I get on board a ship? These are, people that absolutely enjoy and love cruising and look very much forward to continue cruising. And
I think there was a survey put out recently, and it was very good response about cruising. People are very anxious to get on a cruise. That made us feel good. Gave us hope.
Absolutely.
I get a Cruise Critic survey update every Thursday on consumer sentiment out there, and I am amazed to see that basically since April, week after week, people are more and more and more inclined, because back in late March, people were very much afraid, and people had a lot of questions and a lot of uncertainty.
Yep.
What we're amazed to see is now, we still get some people that say, you know what, I might not be ready to cruise in September, I might not be ready to cruise in October, I might not be ready to, but they're very much looking forward to a cruise that they just either lift and shift, they move it to a future date. But most importantly, and what I like to say to everybody is the best deal out there is, if you are okay with possibly say cruising, say November or December, and you have a booking already for any of those months, make your final payments, because if for whatever reason those cruise lines have to be suspended, you will get an additional 25% on future cruise credit, which is an incredible deal. I mean, where else can you make 25% on your money so quickly, right? And so I like to say, just, I guess, hang in there, wait to see what happens. You always have the option to, take advantage of Cruise with Confidence program and move it to a future date, or do lift and shift and move it to a future date. But hang in there, because Celebrity will always make it right for clients, and that extra 25% really makes it worthwhile. What is the end date for the OBC now? 2 weeks. Joyce, ideally 2 weeks. We'll work with you on any need be exceptions, but 2 weeks is the time frame that we have to take advantage of that extra onboard credit from today.
And just make sure we're talking about the OBC for joining today, not the normal OBCs.
Correct. The other promotions or brand promotions, come and go constantly. Right now, the brand promotion that we have right now expires when? I'm sorry, it starts, the $500, the free drinks and $500 savings actually starts officially tomorrow and ends about 5 days after.
September 6th.
Oh, I'm sorry, that one ends September 5th. And then on top of that, we have our $200 shipboard credit offer for attending today's webinar or today's event, and that is for the next
2 weeks, ending August 20th.
Correct. All right. Wow. Lots of questions.
Good questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Laura, looks like you're on a cruise there. Laura Bauman, looks like she's on a cruise.
Yeah, Laura.
I want to go. She has that beautiful background.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry, I've been on the phone and it's.
That's okay. We got you.
That's okay. You're busy.
sorry.
That's a good thing. Thank you for joining, everybody.
Laura, I think we have some of your fans over here that attended today's event.
I'm sure.
A few of Laura's fans. Laura has a lot of fans,
I'm sure.
True. There you go. Look at Lou. Lou is over there going, yeah. Yeah, Lou likes Laura. But truthfully, everybody in our team is amazing, is incredible.
You guys do a great job. Great job.
We got George over here. We got Jazz over here. We got JC over here. We got Steve. We got.
I want to take a minute to say thank you all for all the support. You guys are great, and thank you all for being on today. We love you. We can't wait to. I can't wait to see you and hug you like I always do. So I can't wait for that.
Did you know, Bo and Michelle? You guys might have not heard a lot from Derek. So Derek, he was working in the basically behind the scenes in our concierge department, in our customer service concierge department. He recently moved over to handling clients. So we've been getting a lot of positive feedback, a lot of experience for sure, a lot of experience coming from the cruise line, and he recently joined our reservation / sales team.
Yeah.
So getting great reviews, and we have Roger here with a lot of fans as well. Who did I miss? Let's see. Who did I miss?
You have JC.
Melanie is sitting there all quiet. She's very shy
Jorge.
most of the times, but Melanie really takes amazing care on the concierge side for our clients. There you go. You see, Jazz. Everybody is
Melanie.
incredible job. Good job, Melanie. And you know, again, anybody that has not had an opportunity to deal with us, you know, feel free to inquire. You know, we will go above and beyond to earn your trust in your business, because we, you know, we're very committed to our mission, which is to make travel dreams come true. So we look forward to taking care of you. We look forward to helping you and being there for you for future travels. And I don't want to continue talking because I think I've done that already. But if there's any more questions, please bring them on. And if not, and if you want to ask them privately, feel free to send us an email. We're here for you. But if there's no further questions, I do want to let Michelle and Bo go, because they're very busy ladies. They have a lot to do, a lot of people to talk to.
Got to go sell some cruises.
Exactly. We enjoyed our time with you guys, and
Yes,
again,
thank you,
all for the
everybody.
support. We
Oh,
really
and
Thank you for
Michelle,
listening.
thank you.
2 hours.
Monica,
Thank you.
Look, we have Monica Anderson here with us as well.
Yeah, Monica.
Awesome.
I see that, Monica. Hey, honey.
Hello, Monica. Monica,
Hey, Bo and Michelle,
Yes.
I tell you, you got say something to Keith. I noticed while he was on with us, his TV was going on and his dog was watching it from the couch. I thought that was.
Oh my God, how funny.
I didn't even see it, but you
What you
paid
learned
attention.
through the pandemic, what you learned.
All right, okay.
Thanks, Denise,
Well,
for
thanks.
everything. And thank you, Carlos. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you
Thank you,
soon.
everybody.
Bye.
You guys have a great rest of the afternoon, great
You too.
evening, wherever you are in the country. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being a loyal Luxury Cruise Connections and celebrity guest. And we
Yes,
look
thank
forward
you.
to, you know, to continue to connect with you, and we're here for you always.
Thank you.
Any more questions? If not, we're okay to go. All right. Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining.